Another thing about mental health, if you're depressed and you feel alone, do you really think, do you really, honestly, truly believe you are the only one, the only single person in 1 out of 7.6 billion that feels like you? That you're the only one? There can be no one but you. I mean, is that not fucking arrogant? Is that fucking naive? Do you think you're so special that no one understands you? No one knows what it's like. Okay, people haven't lived your life. Fair enough. I feel like I want to die. I'm a bad brother. I'm a horrible husband. I don't deserve to live. I fuck up my friendships. I just make things worse. I make people around me sad and mad. I can keep going if you want. Those are not your thoughts. You're not the only one being possessed. You're just simply not. You thinking that is part of the problem. It is part of the sickness that is being depressed. Like, you gotta understand, what it does is it puts false beliefs in your head, puts false memories. It taints the memories you already have that are good and turns them dark. It literally cuts you off. Like, what you need is what it stops you from being able to achieve and do and get. Because it's gonna cut you off. And like, the moment you start isolating yourself from other people and not being honest and not sharing, that's the moment things start going really wrong. You need to reach out. You need to be honest. Like, how do you think people with bulimia or anorexia, like, people with anorexia is a very good example, right? So people that do, like, plastic surgeons, they get, for example, do surgery on a woman and fix her nose, and they will say that, like, they've seen again and again and again and again, when these people, they go and get surgery and they look at themselves in the mirror, they will be happy for a little while, but then they'll be unhappy again, because they still see the same old ugly nose as after they got surgery. Like, they see the same thing. They don't see the change because they're so fixated on it that even when it actually changes, literally, they still see the same nose. And yes, I know you think, well, that can't be true, because, like, if your hand turns blue, then your hand turns blue, and of course you're going to see that. Well, do you know about the gorilla test? Go and look for the gorilla test, and then come back to me and tell me that you know what you're doing and you can see everything. Like, we have blind spots. We miss things all the time. Of course we do. And especially with mental image, we can shape so much of our world. So much. Like, that's why when you feel very depressed, it seems like everything loses its color. Because it does. Because you literally turn down the life in your eyes. And the point with this is, people with anorexia, they will literally see themselves as fat while their bones are sticking out. Like, they will have a different image of it. Literally. Like, that is so twisted. And it's physical. Like, it's physical. It's right there. Like, it should be obvious and everyone else can see it. That of course they're not fat. But they don't see that. It's the exact same thing with you. The exact same thing, but it's in here. So people can't even see the state you're in. You can't even properly show them. And definitely not if you're not sharing, if you're not talking about it. That's what I said in the previous. Like, go out and ask people you love that know you. How bad a person am I? What have I done wrong? I feel like I did all these things wrong. Like, am I right? I feel like I'm a horrible friend because I do such and such and such. I feel like I'm a bad son and I don't deserve your love. Like, all the things you feel bad about, like, go and ask and have a conversation about it. Don't just have it be them giving you recognition and, looking for affirmation. That's not it. It's about them changing the way you see yourself and helping you see yourself in a better way, in a more true way, because yours is not the truth. It's simply not. Alright? I know, I'm just some guy looking into a fucking camera and talking, but you're just not the only one. Don't think you are. I can say this because it's going to resonate with a lot of fucking people. And maybe you're actually resisting the resonance. You're resisting it. You're like, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Fuck that guy, blah, blah. Well, is there nothing within you that resonates? Like, if you're watching this, why are you doing that? There's some part within you that's trying to help you. Some part within you that's trying to actually heal and fight. Listen to that voice. Follow that part. Get in touch with yourself. Like, I don't care what you have to do. Just don't think you're out of options, because you're not. Like, you can do work away or stuff like that. You can join like volunteering projects for months, going somewhere else. Like, most of the time, just removing yourself from your daily life is what it takes. I don't care if you have school. I don't care if you have high school or uni or work. It's your life. It's your life. Your career, your relationship, all that doesn't mean a fucking shit if you go and offer yourself. Doesn't matter. You have to understand the priorities here. And yes, you can always get a new job, or maybe get the old job back. You can always, do high school. You cannot redo your life. If you turn off the lights, the sun won't rise again. There's no way back. And I know it can be painful, and it can feel like it's the only escape, it's the only way out, and it's not. It is not. It's simply not true. Okay? Have you tried everything? Everything. Therapist, talking with your parents, talking with a religious leader, going traveling, taking on debt to pay for mental health, going to live with someone else, going to live with your grandparents, just visit them. Like, there's all these things you can do. Like, read about mental health. Yes, there's a lot of self-help stuff out there. I heartily recommend Dr. K or Healthy Gamer and Jordan Peterson. Those are some really great places to start. Like, look at your life. What's going wrong? Is there something that you kind of know is making you depressed? What can you do to fix it? Can you fix it? If you can't, can you ask for help? Like, what can you do? Find whatever you will actually be able to do to help yourself, and do that. Like, go for it. Of course you can. Of course you can. I believe in you. It's not going to be easy. I'm not telling you it's easy. Of course not. Like, being depressed is doing everything, but with the biggest handicap. Like, lifting a ton of rock on your back. It's like walking in thick sludge to here. It's like being choked by a black demon while running the fastest you can. All of it at the same time. Like, I once told someone, because she felt stupid. She had anxiety, and she felt so stupid because she was scared of going outside her door. She felt it was so ridiculous and so weak and pathetic. And I told her, well, no. Because most people don't have monsters waiting outside their door. You do. That's your feeling. You feel like you have monsters outside your door. And every single day, you go out that door anyways. You go and face the monsters. You know they're there, and you know you're afraid, and you still do it. You're more brave than most of those people. They just don't have the struggle you have. Right? You're not stupid. You're not weak. The same thing. You lift so much. You carry so much weight. And so, yeah, doing the dishes is a big fucking task. Doing something really stupid and small and simple seems pathetic. But you did something. It's not what you did or how much you did, it's the fact that you did something. Like a Danish proverb goes, nothing is so bad that it isn't good for anything. That includes you. You are not so bad that you're good for nothing. If you believe that, go and prove it. Go and prove that you have nothing good to give. Ask people. Talk with teachers, talk with friends. And yes, part of you doesn't want to because you know it's not true. You don't want to have that belief shattered. You kind of feel safe in the depression. You kind of feel safe in the darkness because at least you know it. And you can't trust that you'll get better. And it feels like, well, there's just no future and there's no way ahead. Like, what you're gonna do, and it will be eternal fucking fight, and it's so exhausting, and it just feels more safe and more relaxing, and just better to just quit now. And like, if you're not gonna get better, then rather quit now than in 5 years and realize everything went wrong, right? Right. Well, maybe give yourself those 5 years, see where you are. Tell yourself, set a date. Don't say in a month. Don't say in a year. 3 years. 5 years. Say, okay, I'm going to give it all I got. I'm actually going to try and get better. If nothing helps, if I haven't tried anything. And that includes traveling, taking on debt to get help, reaching out to the people. This is the most important part, the first one. Like, reach out to the people you love. Reach out to the people in your life. Like, you're just simply fucking wrong if you think they hate you, unless they're explicitly told you. If they have not, shut the fuck up and go ask. Get to work. Reach out. I know it's the hardest fucking thing, but you have to understand the fact that you can't is not you. You're being controlled. You're being driven away. It's like Scar driving away Simba. He's shaming him and telling him it's his fault and he has to fuck off. It's the exact same thing. Don't let Scar control you. Don't let other demons inside your fucking head control you. You didn't choose those thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Especially those. At least try it. Like, go out there and reach out and try it. If it goes horribly wrong, then at least you tried. And then you can say, well, it doesn't work. And then you reach out for someone else because it didn't work with that person. Then try someone else. I'm not just saying this because, like, oh, you have to get better and oh, you have to see the great things in life. Like, I see that life is beautiful because I literally had my eyes opened. I literally started seeing the colors again. And I'm still working on it after 5-6 years. It's a long ass fucking journey, but you can do it. Of course you can. If I can do it, then you can. Right? Like, I had a girlfriend once that would, like, when we were walking in a bridge, she would stop and she would look me in the eyes and say, Jonas, I want to jump when the next train comes. She sometimes would just lie in bed and she would look at me and say, I want to die. And it got to the point where on my way home from school, I would sit in the train and I would imagine that I would come home and would just open the door and have this bad feeling. And I couldn't find her anywhere. And I would open the bathroom. And this time she either chose to do it or she caught too deep. Because she used to cut on her thighs and her arms. I have never seen anyone hurt as much as she did. Never. And she got better. She's living her life. And like, I don't think I could have handled as much pain as she could. I think that would have broken me. I really do believe that. But part of me also sort of knows that's not true, because you learn to deal with most things, and when you cannot deal, well, they're happening still. And anyways, yes, it's traumatic, but you're so much stronger than you think you are. You can do so much more than you think you can. Like, give yourself some credit for all the struggles. Like, if every single little thing in your day is a struggle, doesn't make you weak necessarily. You're fucking fighting. Doesn't matter how much you can lift, it's about how much you can push yourself. And it is not about forcing, it's about trying to actually go and get somewhere. And you have to build some momentum, and you can do that. Of course you can. Yes, I can easily say of course, because it's not of course, it's a big fucking trudge, but yes, I know that. I tried. And I got through, and if I can do it, well, so can you. So can you. And if nothing of this works, another thing you can do, right? Go to Peru or some place where they have like a shamanic ceremony. Go join a meditation course or something. Try psychedelics. Like, read into it. Be careful. But like there's clinical trials that are being made for people with depression, anxiety, and so, like all the stuff. Look at that. If you can't get into a program, well, look at what they're doing. Find a guide or someone to help you with this and do it. Like, why not try it, right? If you're really gonna go and jump ship, then at least do it knowing that you tried everything. If you haven't tried every single one of my suggestions, you haven't tried everything. You can probably come with your own suggestions as well. You can probably find more online. And yes, maybe you'll just have to keep trying new options till the day you die, naturally. But you don't have the right to end your life if you haven't tried everything. You owe it to yourself. You don't owe it to other people. It's not about debt. It's about what you and they deserve. And you deserve to live. And no, you're not going to believe that. I know. I'm telling the light within you. I'm telling something within you that actually believes in the goodness of you. And I know it's far away. Maybe you can't even feel it. That's okay. Don't judge yourself for that. Self-hatred and self-judgment are the vehicles of depression. Isolation is a method. Do not give in. See the patterns. See how you're not in control of this and take it back. Help other people. Get help from other people. Sorry, that's what I meant. They deserve to help you. And they can grow and be stronger and happier for having helped you. You're not just a burden. Yes, sometimes it can be heavy and you're being burdensome, but that's not your identity. That's not all you ever are. Maybe more now because you're depressed, but that will change. And sometimes they're a burden on you. Like, that's what we're here for. Like, that's why we're social creatures. We depend on each other. Like, there was an orphanage back in the 19-somethings, and a bunch of the infants died for one reason and one reason only. They got food, they got water, they got all those physical needs, except touch. They didn't get touched by another human person, and they literally died. It's called failure to thrive. Look it up. Like, it's not an option. It's not a luxury. It's necessary. It's just as necessary as getting food. It's the same thing with you, with me, and everyone else. You don't have to sail your own boat. Don't get a grip on yourself and just put yourself together and be stronger. Like, that's not how it works. When we struggle in life, we get help from others. You are not alone in this. You're not alone with your thoughts, because so many other people have them. You're not alone in your situation, There's lots of people to help you. Like, don't go believing you're alone, because you're not. Don't go believing you don't deserve anything, because that's not true, and you know it. Like, you've been told this so many times, and of course you don't believe it because you're depressed, but understand that that's why you don't believe in it. You can do it. I know you can. If I can, you can. Remove yourself from your life as nothing else works. Try something different. Just try anything, something different. Drastically, radically different. Change everything in your life if you have to. It doesn't fucking matter. Just take some steps. Start moving in the right direction. I believe in you. You deserve this, and you are worthy. No matter what you believe, it will remain to be the truth.